Now I just got a call from my friend John, and apparently he says it's because of me he got arrested. That's a false statement. Now, I said that I did give a statement, and I later on I found out the statement was bogus, and I went and I removed the statement. My statement was never used in this trial. Anything that Candace said was never used in this trial. For one, I was not there to testify to the statement that I withdrew. Candace was not there to testify to the statement that she apparently gave. However, they say this is how he was convicted, but when they try to mention Candace's name or my name in court, it almost became a mistrial. So, but John's just mad at everyone right now, see? He got falsely convicted, this we know. And there's no evidence to prove that he's even guilty. I mean, the statement I gave was a statement I got from his sister, which is hearsay. It was telling me that he was guilty. That was the statement I gave. But then later on, when I found out she was lying to me, I withdrew the statement. And he's trying to say that that statement was still in the court report, but it was never entered in as evidence. It was never given as evidence because I was there to testify to it. And I won't testify to a statement that I know is bogus. I withdrew it. I watched the clerk of courts in front of me rip that damn statement up. Makes you wonder. But now the man's doing time in prison and he says it's my fault? No. He's just mad and angry at everyone, see? He told my friend a totally different story that someone else was the reason he's in prison. And he told someone else they're the reason that he's in prison. And from their statement, and one of the other people never even testified, nor his statement was used either. So, me doing an interview with John, I don't think it's going to happen because, I mean, he's mad at the world because he got convicted for a crime he didn't commit. And I don't blame him. I would be furious. I would be totally pissed off for getting convicted for a crime I didn't commit. But I know it wasn't because of my statement, because my statement was not used in court. Neither was Candace's statement or anything to do with Candace used in court. Because we were not there to testify to it. So therefore it cannot be used in court. So, and if they did use my statement that I know was ripped up to arrest him, then they violated my rights because I withdrew that statement. Yeah, I need a legal team to work on his case, man, because there's a lot of information I guess I got in some of my videos that just isn't true. Or it's true, but it's kind of... It's true, but it happened... The events happened differently, but the outcome is the same, basically. It's just I worded it different than what he would have worded it. So, basically, it's all true. It's just worded differently. Basically is what it is. I mean, he did admit to me that... Brian Illingworth is the one that killed Deidra Wheat. John Sarver just admitted that to me on the phone. I mean, but I don't know if I want to do an interview with him or not. If he's blaming me for that's the reason he's locked up. But I know my statement was never used because it was withdrawn. I know my statement was withdrawn. I didn't want nothing to do with the case. And I called my friend because he overall, he's a good guy, you know. Technically, me and him never met. Well, we met one time in passing. That was it. Okay? But I do call him my friend. Because right now he needs a friend, you know. But Yeah, he's just mad at the world right now. You know, am I still doing an interview with him? I don't know. If I mean, he accuses me of him being locked up when I know my statement that I withdrew wasn't even used. I just checked on that. My statement was never used, and because it was withdrawn. And he thinks it's because of me he got locked up, and it's like, how can it be? It was never used. My statement was never used. I wasn't even brought up in court. You know, neither was Candace. Well, they tried to bring Candace up in court, but almost got a mistrial out of that. So, you know, because me and Candace ain't there to testify to the statement. Well, my statement was withdrawn. My statement should never even been in anyone's paperwork or file, you know. But Candace's statement wasn't withdrawn, of course, because she's dead. So it's like, but yeah. Yeah, he did admit that Brian Illingworth was involved in killing, in the killing of Deidra Week. He did admit that, so, you know. But I don't know. But if I do an interview, be prepared on him blaming me for my statement when I just recently found out my statement was never used for anything in that trial, case, arrest, or anything. So he's just pissed off at the world, which I understand. It's totally understandable. I forgive him for that. But, you know, all I'm doing is trying to help the guy out, you know. And after talking to him, he mixed a lot of things up. And it's like, I don't know. He's confused, mixed up. I don't know. But I figure being harassed for 40 years, your mind would be kind of a little, you know, mush, you know, so it's like, but yeah, it's true. I really don't know him at all, but I met him one time in passing, but, you know, just say, hey, you know, but he doesn't remember it, but I do, you know, I mean, but yeah. I mean, I withdrew my statement. I know I withdrew because the clerk of court or whoever that lady was ripped it up right in front of me. Okay, ripped it up right in front of me. You know, so I know I had nothing to do with his conviction. And although he tried to blame me, how can you blame me when they never even used my statement? He's just, I'm a little irritated that he would blame me when I've just been doing nothing but trying to watch his back and put the truth out there, you know. And, but I understand he's pissed off. That I'll give him. I forgive him for that, you know. But they still had no reason to convict him. They had no conviction. Okay, let's say with my statement, let's say they used my statement. They never did, but let's say they did. They still couldn't convict him because it's hearsay. It's a third-party information that no one is testifying to. No one testified to it. And unless someone testifies to my statement or any statement, they can't even use it in court. That's any court, anywhere. Not just Wisconsin, any court. Giving a statement is one thing. Okay? Withdrawing a statement is good too. But let's say you give it and don't withdraw it. If you ain't there to testify to it, they can't use it. Because there's no one to testify to it. Under oath. So, yeah. Because when I got the information, I thought it was real and true. And I got it from his sister. But, you know, I found out later it was bogus. You know, and I know I withdrew the statement. But, hey. You know, I get blamed for everything, so, you know, all I do is try to help a guy out. Although, it was nice that he did admit that Brian Illingworth was part of the Deidra Week killing and cover-up. I mean, he wasn't, I don't think he was the driver, but I didn't get that part out of him, but the phone was kind of staticky, so I couldn't really understand what he was saying, but I did understand a majority, you know. It did clear up for a few minutes there, but apparently he's not in Wood County anymore. No, they got him in Adams County. You know, he's sitting in the Adams County jail right now. Oh, shit. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Damn.